kids, welcome back to RotoTalk.
Bam! Hey kids, welcome back! It has been a long week or two. I can't remember when the last rant I did was, but just been busy, same old shit. I had a head cold from hell this week that I caught from my smoking hot wife. And, excuse me, I suppose if you're going to catch one, it might as well be from a smoking hot chick, right? So, yeah, just fuck me, just nasty. So for those of you that have bitched in the past about how I do that too much, there's going to be a lot of that in this video probably. Got a couple things to rant about, and it's, you know, some's good, some's bad. Yeah, I was thinking today, I had this epiphany where I was thinking back, most of my life, most of you guys know what I do for a living, and you know, and I traveled internationally for 17 years, you know, been to 42 states, 15, 17 different countries, doing what I do for a living, right? Which is an engineering robotics thing, and robotic welding mostly. But and I was thinking back though, I've led an extremely unique life, more unique than most people probably know, and most of my life has been spent traveling around the world, being a guitar player in bands, and being a motorcycle guy. That was most of my life, right? And for, I don't know, when I started riding. I started playing guitar when I was 10, went to music school, did all that stuff, and then started building bikes when I was 16 or so. And so that was my life. I had no real schedule. I got married 3 minutes out of high school, got divorced when I was 25, lasted 6 years, blah, 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 no big deal. Got remarried 6 years ago. And so I was single from 99 to, well, not single, but not married, from 99 to, 6 years ago. And so, yeah, my whole life has been no schedule and flying all over the world, playing guitar and motorcycles, music, and, just this crazy fucking life and traveling with work. And tonight, I went out with my smoking hot wife, my 2 daughters, to a dairy farm, had ice cream, went on a pumpkin ride on a tractor, and walked through a sunflower field so my wife could take pictures of our daughters. Interesting contrast, isn't it? Anyway, bam. Anyhow, I got some really cool shit coming up, and I know I said that last time. And I apologize. I've just been driving my butt off for work and being sick. I just haven't, doing some other little side projects. One of the side projects I have done that I've gotten into, you guys know I went back into boats pretty heavy and loving that. But winter's coming. And I'm going to build a couple boat projects over the winter. My brother Lincoln David down in North Carolina is going to do a paint job on the hydroplane I'm doing. You need to text me back, bro. I sent you a text. And he's going to do a beautiful paint job on that hydro, which is going to be cool. That's a chop shop thing. And I decided, and I got the Miss Roto Geek, which I'm hopefully going to do an overview video of this week. And it is fucking bad. It's a big-ass nitro outrigger with hydro dip and paint and 3D print stuff and engines. And boom, it's just going to be so fucking cool. And I got the UL-19. You guys saw me crash the other day on my mom's lake. And, so the boat thing, which I have always loved. I've been absolutely in love with boats since I was a kid. And I used to be into cars, too, when I was a kid. And I used to be pretty good at cars. But then just kind of stayed away from it. Then my dickhead friend, FPV fanatic down in Louisiana, he got into cars. He's a Patriot Blades guy. He's a quad nut. And he got into cars, electric cars. And I'm like, well, yeah, cars are blah, 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 blah. And then, but I'm an engine nut. I'm a motorhead, right? So I'm like, ooh, I used to have a nitro car. I miss it. So then I got on the nitro car kick. And you guys might have seen the Chop Shop nitro thing. So what's really fun is I'm buying these nitro cars off eBay really, really cheap because people either A, didn't know what the fuck they were doing with them because it's a lot harder than electric. From a maintenance standpoint, from a running standpoint, tuning standpoint, or they just, whatever. You get them cheap. I bought 3 or 4 of them now off eBay, and you guys have only seen one. And just a real quick story here. And I'm not turning into a car guy. My buddy Garden Flyer down in Carolina, I believe, he gave me shit saying, "Oh yeah, you're a car guy now." I was like, no, I'm not a car guy, but cars are fun for winter. And up here it snows, we get ice and all that shit. It's like, you know, sometimes you don't want to go out and fly in the fucking cold, but I do. I fly in the winter quite a bit. Definitely can't do boats in the winter because my fat ass ain't getting in the cold. So I thought, wow, cars, you know. So I got the big, what I call the big muff, right? And the big muff is that big fucking 5th scale buggy. And I've been selling off a lot of my fleet, a lot of my birds, because winter's coming and these birds, I've got so many quads. And so I've been selling them off to some friends. So I bought another 5th scale. I got to show you this thing. It's like nuts, right? Hang on. Motorcycle. Here is Big Muff. You guys have seen this. I gave him a couple upgrades. We did a tuned pipe now, so it's louder than hell. Hydro dipped the wing and hydro dipped the nose, so it looks cool. Put a chrome roll cage on it. She's just bad to the bone, right? Huge, huge car. But I bought a bigger one. Check it out. Look at this one. This one's also a Roven, which is the brand of that one. And this one, I'm going to do a video on it maybe tomorrow. Excuse me, tomorrow or Sunday. This one's a 4-wheel drive. It's a step up from this one on cost. It's got tune pipe, 4-wheel drive, dual disc brakes, blah, blah, blah. Look at the size of the shocks, man. It's the size of a fucking vape. If Bardwell's dick was that big, he'd actually be cool. So that's pretty cool. But so I'm not turning into a car guy. But I did get a lot of cars because that's fun. You know, for winter, you know, and I love engines and shit like that. So it's like, fuck it. Well, that's what we're going to do. And I'm picking them up cheap. So just the funny story is I bought a Team Associated 1/10. Yeah, it's a 1/10 scale nitro, which, you know, I'm not going to do a ton of videos on cars. This is not a car channel. But anyway, it's a really cool car, and I'm in the process of getting that one going. But it's in pretty mint shape. I got another one coming tomorrow that's absolutely awesome. Might do a video on that one. And I bought this other one. I can't remember the fucking name now. Where's the body? It's on the body. I don't know. You guys, you car guys would know. It's really nice. It's like a $500 nitro car, 1/8 scale. And I got it for $100. I'm like, and it looked good in the pictures, right? So I buy this fucking car. It comes today. I'm like, bam, and I'm showing my buddy Wes, you know, and it is just a fucking car wreck. The thing smells like Bardwell's barn. It is so fucking nasty. It smells, you know, it's a machine. It shouldn't smell like a bag of ass. It's a fucking machine, right? But it does. And I'm texting my buddy Wes. I'm like, dude, this thing smells like fucking bunghole, man. It's awful. And so I stripped the car down. Hang on a second. I stripped the car down and took servos out, took all, you know, so beautiful car. I mean, from an expense standpoint, quality standpoint, I took the shocks off, everything's off of it. It's got stabilizers on it. It's very, very sharp. And I stripped everything out, engine, everything. And I literally soaked it in scrub and bubbles and power washed it. That's how fucking bad that car was. Everything works on it. Everything's actually in good shape, but I don't know if they kept it in a barn. There's rust on it. So this is a chassis ground, you know, rebuild. I'm getting the rust off the dog bones and all this other stuff, and I'm going to powder, I don't know if I'm going to powder coat them, but I'm going to do something to make it so it doesn't rust again. So I pull out the fucking engine. This is the case for the engine, and the other bits of it are soaking, and I couldn't move it at all, right? This is a 0.28 engine, so, you know, 2 horsepower engine. It's pretty big for a model. And I couldn't even, and I love rebuilding engines. Check this shit out. All right, I've got a few nitro engines, and those are just the ones sitting on the bench. I love nitro engines. They're fun. And so I'm thinking it was like the Chop Shop car we did. You know, the one I hydro dipped, and it was all gummed up when I got it. It was just fucking nasty. No, dude. I literally put every bit of my 230 fucking 230 pounds, 6'1" ass into trying to get this thing to move, and I couldn't. So I took it apart, and I have not even cleaned it yet. I mean, this looks clean, but trust me. Wait, I soaked it. I took it apart. The piston was seized. The sleeve was seized. I did get the carburetor off. The bearings were, I mean, you could not rotate it at all. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I popped the head off. You know, there's a big head that goes on there. And I soaked the cunt in gasoline. I soaked it in gasoline for 2 hours, real gas. And still no good, right? And you could see when fuel, ages. And when I used to rebuild motorcycles, the same thing. Guys used to store Harleys or whatever on the sides of their barn for 20 years, and the bowls would be covered and the floats would be locked on the inside, and they'd be covered in basically varnish. So what varnish is actually a byproduct of gasoline. Now, nitro isn't gasoline per se, but you know, you get the idea. This shit, it was like this brown, like, looked like rock candy on there, right? So you know what I did? I was to the point where I'm just gonna throw this fucking thing away, because I bought a $500 car for $100. Even if I had to replace the engine, it's still worth it, right? But I clamped this thing up. Now, mind you, it was fully assembled except for the head, but everything else was still in it. And I took my heat gun, not my little cheesy ass fucking heat shrink gun. I took my heat gun that goes up to like 2,000 degrees, and I got this bitch glowing, right? So I should have done a video on it, but by the time I figured that out, it was kind of too late to, you know, go back. But I heated up the cylinder to the point where all of a sudden, I mean, this thing was so hot you couldn't touch it. And then I rotated it and the shit gave way. And I'm like, oh my God, I finally got everything torn apart. I'm rebuilding the engine from scratch. I mean, total rebuild. As a matter of fact, for this car, because it's such a nice car, I actually bought a new engine for it tonight. It's like 120 bucks. But I'm still going to rebuild this one and just keep it as a spare. Very fucking cool. So I'm having some fun with the cars. I'm not going to be a car guy. Yes, I have quite a few now, but I bought all the nitros off of eBay, and the two 5th scale big monsters, those I bought new. But those Roven cars, guys, if you've got, even if you're not a car person, I said this in the I'm going to review both of those cars because I have not reviewed them yet. The new one, the big 4x4, I haven't even broken it in yet. I fired it up once, and that was today because I got it yesterday. And, you know, I'm still breaking it in. They're loud as God. I mean, they're so fucking loud. They're like your old lady on her period loud, right? But they're fucking sweet, and they're so much fun because they're just huge. They're a weed eater engine, you know. You pull the fucking thing, bam, and you go, and it's just fun. The Buddy was $400, and the other one was like $650. So you know, $650 is a lot, but the $400, fuck, that's a nice quad. But anyway, so yeah, we're doing that. I owe you guys a build. And my buddy over in Serbia who designed this frame, I've got all the shit to build it. I'm going to throw it together. We're not going to do a build video, but I'm going to do a build overview. We're going to do a flight video. I'm going to try to get this built tomorrow. Lots of projects going on. The other thing that you guys are going to be surprised when you see this shit. This is going to be fucking cool. Now, I want all of your opinions, the 10 of you that watch me. Yes, I'm doing a lot of car shit behind the lines, doing rebuilds, because it's just fun. It's fun to tinker and whatever else. If you guys want to see more car stuff, and it's all going to be nitro, I'm not doing electric at all. I'm fucking tired of lipos. Lipos, I have one electric boat. The rest of my boats are gas, like the big Rockstar, which I still haven't run yet. And the other one's nitros. The other two are nitros. I only have one electric boat. Every single car is gas. It's either gas or nitro. I'm saving lipos for airplanes and quads. That's it. I'm not buying tons of fucking huge lipos. I'm just not going to do it. But if you guys want to see, and let me know, you're not going to offend me. You know me, you can't offend the offensive. If you want to see more nitro engine stuff and car stuff, let me know, because I can do rebuilds on engine, you know, videos and things like, if you're interested. I know 99.9% of my following, all 10 of you, are into quads. So if you don't want to see a bunch of fucking car stuff and engine stuff on this channel, I'm not going to do it because I don't care, you know. But there's not really a lot of, there's some good nitro stuff out there, but I've been refreshing myself because it's been a lot of years. And yeah, the nitros, there's a dude in England I like, I can't remember his name, and a couple other cats are doing pretty good stuff, but mostly nitro's kind of a lost art. But if you guys want to see more car stuff and you want to see more nitro stuff, let me know. Say yes, I'll do it. If you don't, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I don't give a fuck, because I'm going to do it either way. What was the other thing I was going to say? And that goes for cars too. So nitro and cars, it's, you know, going to be the same thing. I don't want this turned into a car channel. I want it to be a nice, well-rounded RC channel. There's going to be boats, and there's going to be quads, and there's going to be planes and drones. That's always going to be that way. I love boats. They're actually my first love. And then quads, of course, and everything else. But the car thing is just for fun. But anyway, long story longer. Sorry, I'm getting off track. My buddy Patrick in Kentucky, he and I are like really good friends. And he's bought a couple birds from me. He actually gave me my huge P51. I don't know if you guys, well, we swapped. I swapped him a quad for it, but I don't know if you guys have seen this. It is gigantic, right? Huge, huge bird. And there's a few other birds up there. But anyway, we connected somehow one way or another, and we're just, you know, thick as thieves, good friends. So he says to me, he's really busy, he's got his own business, and he says, dude, I want you to build us long-range flying wings, GPS, drone wings. Kind of like my black one, you know, that I've got that I always fly, but it's not, actually I have 2 wings. But, you hear that cricket? Jesus. Anyway, so yeah. And he's like, I want you to build us, meaning the 2 of us, drone wings. So they're going to be GPS, return to launch, programmable, all that crap with iNav and FPV, of course, but long range. I'm like, okay, well, you know, sure, fine. What do you want to do? So he's like, I'm gonna order these 2 wings, and I'll pay for the wings, and you pay for the guts, you know, like the GPS and all that stuff. So we're kind of splitting it, and you build them because he's too busy to build them, and plus I don't think he's ever dealt with iNav. Hang on. God, that cricket's huge. It's like the size of a truck. Anyway, so then, you know, this is an idea that, you know, was going in his head, and he's just hell-bent to do it, and I just kind of blew it off, like, yeah, we'll do it eventually, you know. So he's like, no, I'm going to send you the money. I want you to order them because I'm too busy to fuck with it. You order them, get them going, blah, 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 blah. So I did, and they came today. I haven't even unboxed them yet. Hang on. More crap. We got so much crap in here. I want you guys to see this. Now, the reason I got 2 of these. Whoa. Oh no. Shit. Oh. Check it out. These are the Otera 2 meter. So this is a 6-foot wingspan. 78 inches long, 48 wide. Yeah, and these are actually plug and play, I believe, or whatever the fuck. It's got safe and all that crap. We'll yank that shit out. It's got Spectrum in it. We're gonna yank that shit out. But anyway, they come with the motor. They come with the servos. It's pretty much already built. I just have to put the guts in it and you know, JSONify it and make this bitch long range. Hang on, I gotta make sure that car didn't fuck up my boat. If it did, I'm gonna be so mad. No, I think we're good. There's a peek of the Miss Roto Geek. But anyway, so I got 2 of these huge fucking planes. Haven't even opened the box yet. So I want to know from you guys, God, that cricket's loud. Do you want me to do a video on one of those? It's going to be, or do you just want to see our flight videos? But do you want to see a build video? Hopefully it'll fit on the bench, of how I do iNav, because iNav's changed a lot since last time I did it. But it's going to be flight controller, GPS, iNav, all the bells and whistles, you know. I think we're using, what are we using in this for the long range now? I can't remember. Whatever, you know, we're working it out. If you want to see those videos, a build video on this, it'll be a series, obviously. It's actually going to be pretty quick. It's not going to be that big because the damn thing's already put together. But yeah, very, very, very cool. So let me know if you guys want to see that. I will do that for you. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. One thing that fucking irritated me, right? I bought the, what was it? The Rovan? The buggy car, the big 1/5 gas car, right? And I bought that thing and it came with a transmitter that I fucking hated. I think it was that car, wasn't it? Or was it a boat? No, it was my boat. I'm sorry. It was the UL-19. And it came with a transmitter. It was a piece of crap. Where is it? Spectrum crap. I hate Spectrum. This thing. I've never even put a battery in it. It's brand new. If anybody wants this, I've got 2 receivers. They're still brand new. Oh, wow. Need those. Yeah. I'll sell it to you really, really cheap. Like 50 bucks. You can have it. I guess it might be okay. I don't know. But anyway, I didn't like it. So I go out and I buy. This is where God gets you, right? So I go out and I buy a radio link, because I used to use radio link for quads. So this was really cheap. It's like 55 bucks, 60 bucks, whatever it was. And it's the RCG4S or RC4GS, yeah. And it's nice. I hydro dipped it, you know, to make it a little cool. So this is my boat transmitter, right? So then I buy the Rovin Buggy, the big 1/5 scale, which I call Big Muff. Big Muff came with the radio. I was like, it's kind of cheap. But then I bought the big Rovin, the other big Rovin. That's the 4x4, and it's a little bit more high-end. It came with this. Check this shit out. It came with this Fly Sky thing, and it's really freaking nice. It's a 3-channel, and it's better than the radio link. From a quality standpoint, it's really got a nice weight to it. It feels solid. This feels a little bit light, like cheap, you know. Beautiful. It's just like, really? It's got a little charge port in the back, so you can put rechargeable batteries in there. I love it. I absolutely love it. But here's the kick in the dick. This is why I'm bitching about it. I started with Fly Sky. I've got a Fly Sky transmitter up there that's brand new, and I've got a Fly Sky transmitter in that toolbox over there that's old. And I threw out like 35 Fly Sky receivers because I thought, I'm never going to use these fucking things again. Then I get this. Oh, I'm so pissed at myself. So I had to order like... So I'm going to basically do all my cars, I think, on this. And I'm going to do all my boats on this. That's just part of a rant. Okay, now, we're going to get into some social shit here. Do you remember... Hang on, I need a little... This is not a clinical Roto Twister. I ran out of rum. This is actually corn whiskey and Kool-Aid or something like that. Anyway. Do you guys remember that rant I did with the fucking FAA, and, you know, I did this big thing, and I put out that link for a, what was it? What do you call those fucking things? You know, petition. Jesus, sorry. I got a head cold and I'm drinking. You know, not a good combo. So anyway, that fucking petition, my buddy Wes, same guy that got me into cars, little fucker, he sent that link again to me the other day, and it's closed. Meaning the petition's closed, right? I'll put the link in the description so y'all can see it. Now, here's why I'm bitching about this. Maybe y'all can help me out. It needed 100,000 signatures to get recognized by Congress so we could do something about it. You know how many we got? 6,000. Like 6,300 or some crazy stupid shit like that. Really, guys? And I'm not blaming my people, because I know all 3,000 of my guys signed it, right? Really? 6,000 fucking people. Okay, you needed 100,000 to sign it. Just go up on the site and go click, done. And we got 6,300. So now the petition's closed. Bam, you had your fucking chance. Really? This is what I say to that. If they fuck us and we can't fly anymore, we deserve what we get. It's just like when I said about when Obama got elected. It's like, you know what? If Obama got voted in twice, this stupid fucking country deserves what they get. Because if we're dumb enough to vote him in twice, we deserve the Marxist bullshit to die. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like, really? I don't know, because I don't watch Bardwell. And I don't watch a lot of the American big YouTubers. I just don't. I don't know if Bardwell, but Bardwell has a lot of pull, whether we like it or not, right? He's got 50,000 people, and you know, you got to take that whole how many subs a channel has with a grain of salt. If you look at my videos, most of them are like 400 views, 500 views, even though it says I have like 2,900 people. But you look at the views, it's like 400. His is like 50 or 60,000. That's what he brags about. But realistically, you look at how many views he has on a video, just a normal video, not a hot topic, but a normal video, and that'll tell you the true people. So I really have 500 or 600 people that watch me. You know, it might say 3,000-ish, but trust me, it's you know who you are, and that's fine. And I'm not busting on Bardwell, believe it or not, for this. I don't know if he did or didn't talk about this. If he didn't, he's a fucking dick, because he's got a lot of pull. He's got a name. A lot of these guys have names, and they should be being political about this, because and like I said, he may have done a video on it. I don't know. I'm talking ignorant here, but his livelihood is depending on FPV. So I would hope that people like Bardwell and people like, whoever the hell else is in America that's any good, Rotor Riot, those idiots, I hope they have done a video about that petition, because if they didn't, they're a bunch of fucking dinks, because they are basing their livelihood and their business model off of flying quads and FPV. That's it. I don't. I mean, if they ban it tomorrow, I'll be pissed, but I'm not losing a cent. I don't care. I don't make any fucking money off this. I'll go drive cars and do boats and fly quads anyway, because who the fuck's going to bust me? But that's not the point. The point is, we deserve what we fucking get. 6,000 votes. Or not votes, but signatures. And we needed 100 grand. So you're telling me that there's not 100,000 modelers out there? Fucking really? AMA alone has, like, what? How many fucking members? Those fucking idiots. I watched a couple of videos of theirs today. They're a bunch of chumps. I'm sorry. They're just... I don't know. It's like, okay, AMA's charging $80 a pop for nothing, right? So what they should be doing, this is my opinion, they should have, taken some of their... How many millions did I figure out they were pulling in a year? So they can wear polo shirts and live in Muncie, Indiana. What they should have done is they should have said, hey, one, we should be at that meeting speaking up, that they weren't. They say they were in the back of the room, but they weren't at the fucking table talking because they're a bunch of chumps. Number two, they should have taken 25 fucking cents and mailed all of their fucking people, or emailed all of their people, which is free, a little link saying, hey, go sign this petition. Let's get this rocking and rolling. So fuck you, AMA, if you did not do that, and God bless if you did, but I'm pretty sure it's a fuck you, because you guys don't do anything. You're just a bunch of fucking retired cunts that don't do anything, as far as I know. But whatever. This is a rant. I'm allowed to be that way. So we deserve what we get, kids. If we lose the right to fly our birds legally, I know all of us on this channel will still fly their shit, because we don't fucking care. We're a bunch of shitheads, we are. We're not the Bardwell crowd. We're the ones who are going to do it whether we like it or not. But we deserve what we get. If they pull it, start buying cars off eBay, start buying boats, because you ain't going to be flying. Fucking ridiculous. And I'm going to leave you on this, because I don't want to go over half an hour. Did you guys see, I think it was last week, I live in central Ohio-ish, and so I go to Detroit all the fucking time. This is my moral thing for the day. Did you guys see that dad that blew his son's head off in fucking Detroit for molesting his daughter? That was fucked up. This fucking 15-year-old kid comes home, right, to his mom's house, and he confesses to his mother. My wife told me this, and I researched it. And I'll put a link to the video, or the news thing, in the description if you guys care to read it. It's really disgusting, because I think all rapists and child molesters should be shot in the fucking head. We shouldn't be paying taxes to board them in jail. We should just fucking kill them. But anyway, this fucking 15-year-old kid who, the neighborhood says he was just a gem, and he was such a sweet guy, and they called him Teddy Bear and all, whatever. Anyway, he fucking comes home to his mom, says, I have been molesting my 3-year-old half-sister, stepsister, where the fuck she is, right? Little 3-year-old little girl. I've got a 5-year-old little girl, and I got a 2-year-old little girl, right? And I have a 24-year-old son. And so this kid comes home, tells his mom, I've been doing bad things to my little sister. I wanted to come clean, blah, blah, blah. Shoot the prick in the head. Bam, right? So she calls his dad. You need to come home from work. He worked for the post office. And apparently he was, oh, okay, dude, whatever. You need to come home and deal with your fucking son, because this is psycho shit, right? So he leaves his job, comes home. His old lady tells him, your 15-year-old son has been, really molesting, like, shit I ain't gonna say on air. It's just fucking disgusting, right? Doing awful things to this little girl. His old man takes out a gun, makes him strip, pistol whips his ass in the fucking living room, right? Beats the shit out of him, then takes him out to a vacant lot. This is in fucking Detroit, man. and makes him kneel, puts a gun to his head while his mom is watching him, blows his fucking brains out. Right? I'm like, oh my fucking God. Erin, my wife, my smoking hot wife tells me this. So I looked it up when I got home. She goes, did you hear about it? You know, blah, blah, blah. And we both feel the exact same way about child molesters and rapists and whatever, you know. And I told Erin, I said, you know, that's a hard one, because yes, it is your kid, but I think what I would have done is I would have beat him to within an inch of his fucking life, physically dragged him behind the car probably to the police station and put him in jail for the rest of his fucking life. If you're molesting a child at the age of 15, you're going to do it the rest of your life. There is no fixing that. The dude is a fuck. Get rid of him. His dad blew him away. So what I want to know from you, his dad could get life in prison for this. I think this is a crime of passion. I truly, truly do. Because I bet his old man now is thinking, I should have just beat the fuck out of him and taken him to jail. It's probably what he's thinking now. But I think crimes of passion aren't just finding your buddy fucking your old lady. This would be a crime of passion in a way, because you're emotionally distorted, right? So this guy could get fucking life. So what I want to know for you guys is, what do you think? Was he justified to blow the kid's head off for molesting this little innocent 3-year-old girl, or not? I'm just curious. Anyway, I'm going to leave you on that very sad, fucked up note. Going to have some stuff. Hopefully have some stuff up tomorrow. I'm feeling better. My head cold's gone. So anyway, kids, God bless. Keep shy side up. Keep flying. Keep driving. Keep floating. Whatever the fuck you do. Later. Bye.
Bam, JJ! Hope you like fishing. Bam, JJ! Hey, JJ! Hope you like fishing.